Hello everyone, today I'm going to talk about the discourse. Recently there's been some drama on the internet, which I know never happens to anyone ever, but it happened to me, and I wanted to make a video to explain my position and explain why I don't think what's currently happening is in any way a witch hunt, as someone on the opposite side called it. I want to explain why this is literally just people getting what they deserve. Like, simple as that. It's a matter of crime and punishment. It's not people with pitchforks going after innocent people. To paint it that way is honestly hilarious. So, the past is irrelevant. By that I mean how I came to know these people. For the sake of this video, we'll call them John and Sam. They're boyfriends. I'm going to start this off with where the fight began. There's a third person involved who we'll call Quinn. Quinn and I have been friends for a really long time. We're actually really close. So one day, I got paid from my shitty minimum wage job, and I thought, I'm gonna go buy myself a new doll, and probably like a skirt and a stuffed animal, and that's what I did, and I was really happy with myself, and there's absolutely nothing wrong with rewarding yourself after, 2 weeks of really hard work. And there's nothing wrong with spending your money on yourself. You earned it yourself. Spend on whatever the fuck you want. So, John got jealous, and he said this, and I knew it was about me, so I responded with this. I validated his feelings. I in no way shut them down, but I'm also allowed to have feelings. So I told him that it doesn't make me feel very good to have him try to guilt trip me when I do something nice for myself. He exploded, and I was like, whatever, I knew you would find a reason to get mad anyway, because I didn't coddle you. I didn't say, wow, you are just, Lord help you, you are the victim, and I'm just the perpetrator. Because he's not the victim. He wasn't the victim then, and he's not the victim now. And I wasn't going to lie to him, and I wasn't going to coddle him or baby him. I was going to be honest with him. So I honestly said, I already knew you were going to get pissed off with me no matter what I said, because you didn't want me to validate your feelings. You didn't want me to be honest with you. You wanted me to coddle you, and that's not what I do. So he then went on to shit-talk me behind my back about this to Quinn, which was really silly considering Quinn and I are better friends than John and Quinn are. So Quinn comes up to me and says, hey, just a heads up, John's been talking shit. I confronted John, which led to us not being friends anymore and started this whole catastrophe. Because I don't take shit from people, I pretty much just told him, you're being a little bitch, and he got really angry at Quinn for telling me. After this, he started stalking Quinn's blog, making tons of posts about Quinn. Some anon, who I think is either him or his boyfriend Sam, sends him these weird charts to prove that Quinn is evil. And John then denies stalking us, even though we have proof. He claims he's the victim when, in more than one conversation, he behaves as if his feelings are the only ones that matter. If you tell him, hey, I'm uncomfortable with something you're doing, his response won't be, oh, you're totally, yeah, okay, I'm making you uncomfortable, so maybe I should distance myself or stop or think about things from your perspective and understand why it is that you feel uncomfortable. No, just if you express any feelings, you're not allowed. The only feelings that ever matter are John's. So, basically, ever since this happened, he's been a huge fucking prick about everything, and a liar on top of it. And honestly, I'm pretty much done with all this, and I'd like to move away from there, but I do wonder a few things. The first is, if Quinn is so wicked and terrible and a bad person, then why did John try to be his friend up until he ratted him out for talking shit? Because that makes no sense, and rather reads that John wanted to be Quinn's friend, but when he realized that Quinn had any sense of loyalty to anyone other than John, he wanted to punish him for it. Which is kind of disgusting, because it's like, you don't own Quinn, you just met Quinn, and it's just really gross that you're mad at Quinn for telling his close friend, hey, someone's, running around talking shit about you. That kind of makes you look really bad. The second is, why does John feel the need to make these vapid and irrelevant posts about, I received confirmation that I'm in the right, my support group. If he's receiving support like say Quinn is, and considering his call out for John has 80 notes, wouldn't that be, the proof would be in the fucking pudding, and you wouldn't have to tell people that you're being supported. It kind of just means that you're not being supported because you're not the victim. The third is, why, when are you gonna just give this shit up? I imagine it's probably really stressful to have such a large number of people on the internet to test you, because there's a master post of proof of you just being a manipulative little shit. Why don't you just, for 1 second, humble yourself and apologize? Which is what I'm gonna do right now. So I am sorry for the part that I played in this. When I confronted you, I could have been a lot kinder about it, and I'm sorry for letting my anger get the better of me. I'm sorry for negative posts I've made about you and Sam. I will not apologize for having feelings, like getting angry with you or feeling uncomfortable around you when it's appropriate for me to. I will not apologize for not coddling you and patting you on the head and treating you like a baby, because you are not a baby. I also apologize for suicide baiting, but to be honest, I think our definitions of suicide baiting are a little different. For example, when Sam says, if I cannot be a racist, I will literally kill myself, and I say, go for it, champ, that's sort of an entirely different conversation than an innocent person who's done no wrong just being told to kill themselves over and over, which is what I would qualify as suicide baiting. I would call it that if the person on the receiving end was innocent and was not just facing rage as a result of something that they did, John. I will always apologize for being unkind, but never for being honest. I bet you can't beat me.